What is up, people? This is White Race here, coming to you for my top 10 best songs of 2015 list. After I did my top 10 worst songs, I decided to do it now is because, it's right before the holiday season, and this is going to be really the only time I have to film this. As for my top 10 films of 2015, I'm going to try to get that in right before New Year's because I'm going to try to go see an early showing of The Hateful Eight, so. I'll see if that'll order to be make see if he could make my list for the top 10 best movies, but whatever, that'll be for a different day. But anyhow, on to the best songs list. So now before we get onto the list, let's listen. I'm gonna list some honorable mentions first. Okay, Can't Feel My Face by The Weeknd. I mean, we'll get into more of the reason why I won't be on this list, but still, I love The Weeknd. I even loved him in Earned It, and I loved him in the Night. I mean, but we're going to talk about The Weeknd later on in the list. Yep. I Want You to Know by Selena Gomez and Zedd. Liked it very much. And again, this wasn't like one of Zedd's like strongest years, but he certainly produced some pretty good tracks. And also nice job from Selena Gomez too. Lay Me Down by Sam Smith. Again, we all know that 2014 was Sam Smith's year, so I guess this is something that he wanted to put out there along with Omen, but with him and Disclosure. But I mean, I guess he wanted a little break. This was good, but I like his stuff from last year better. How Deep Is Your Love by Calvin Harris, featuring Disciples. It was a decent Calvin Harris song. I mean, again, Calvin Harris was not as big as last year because I guess he wanted to take a break after producing his album Motion last year, and plus he was probably on tour. He will be featured on this list, however, but we'll get to him. But without further ado, let's begin with our list with number 10, which starts off with Hello by Adele. Now, a lot of you must be wondering, White Rice, Hello is a great song by Adele. It's her comeback song. Why do you put it so low? I acknowledge it's a great song. I acknowledge that Adele has done a great comeback job. However, there's a reason why it's a number 10, and that's because it's been overplayed to death. Yeah, there's a reason why the song's been at number 1 for 8 weeks now. Yes, not only is the song kind of catchy in the dark sense, but also it's a great job, but it's just, God, it's been overplayed. But I mean, what makes the song so great that it wants to be overplayed? Well, Adele's strong vocals when she reaches to the chorus, and let's see, the music video is dark, but the only thing, if it's a nitpick, which I don't like, is the talking in the background. I think that's a little bit distracting, but yeah, I feel like the symbolism of her like saying hello to the fans like after a long break is a great little touch in there. So yeah. So welcome back, Adele. Hopefully you'll be great in 2016. All right, number 9 is I Don't Like It, I Love It. And now this is a little bit of an odd pick upon here because I mean this is Flo Rida and Robin Thicke, which are both artists that have kind of gotten a bad reputation over the past couple of years, especially Robin Thicke. Now, what I like about this song is that this isn't really a Robin Thicke song. He's just only featured on the chorus, thank God. And instead, Flo Rida just goes for a nice kind of chill song. It's not like going down for real, which was annoying and just a mess. No, this is a song that just doesn't try to go too creepy like Whistle or what you would call Blurred Lines. Yes, I know. I'm someone who doesn't like that song. But yeah, I feel like I like this kind of New York, Brooklyn kind of aspect of it. I mean, it's got very upbeat. The lyrics are not too disturbing, and I just feel like this is a great song for both these artists, and hopefully they continue to go in this direction. All right, number 8 is Somebody by Natalie LaRose featuring Jeremiah, and honestly, what a surprise from Jeremiah compared to last year's Don't Tell Him. And with Natalie LaRose, which is someone I never even heard about till this year, it's a little nice upbeat song and it's good for the dance floor. I mean, the chorus doesn't feel too annoying, and even though it does mention with shots and whatever, I feel like this is a song that anyone could really listen to because it's just a song about having a good time, and it just, for once, it's a dance song that just doesn't feel annoying. So keep up the good work, guys. Okay, number 7 is Love Me Like You Do by Ellie Goulding. And now, Now, with the 50 Shades of Grey soundtrack, yeah, I think that's pretty much the best part of the entire 50 Shades of Grey promotion during Valentine's Day, because we all know the movie sucked, really. But the soundtrack, like, I could have put Earned It on this list or Beyonce's Crazy in Love remix on here, but I decided to put Love Me Like You Do because it just feels like a true love song. I feel like it's a song that will be played as I like every school dance or every like wedding or whatever because it just feels perfect for that moment. Even if the movie sucked, like this just shows that about the true romantic interest. I mean, Ellie Goulding I think has that right touch of the voice. Like she's soft enough to keep it gentle, but she's not too rough. But she also has enough energy in her voice to like hit those high notes about the romanticized love because love can get loud, it can get quiet, but it can also get quiet. So I feel like she brings that nice balance to it. All right, number 6 is "Talking Body" by Tove Lo, or however you say her name. Now, back in 2014, Tove Lo, that was her breakout year with songs like "Habits" and "Heroes" with Alesso. And now this year, "Talking Body," I feel like this is a song that has energy. It's not like slow and kind of in the mud. Which don't get me wrong, I love those types of songs, but I feel like I'm glad that Tove Lo changed up her style a bit because a lot of artists, when they reach their breakout success, they usually don't change their style. Looking at you, Iggy Azalea. So yeah, Tove Lo, I feel like that she has brought a lot of charisma. The beat is just certainly up at Adams all the time. I mean, it just feels like now if you feel like "Love Me Like You Do" is a love song, kind of on this quiet tempo things. "Talking Body" is just up and at 'em. It's like it keeps going and going. It's just like the energized size of love. And I feel like that this is a great song to play whenever you're down to dumps because it lets you like snap back to reality in a way. So thanks, Tove Lo. All right, number 5 is "Lean On" by Mo. I hope I'm saying that right. With Major Lazer and DJ Snake. Okay, now I could have put on "You Know You Like It" by DJ Snake and Luna George, but I feel like that the mix between DJ Snake's like kind of like urban European sound and Major Lazer's kind of like laid back Jamaican style beats like really work together here along with Emo's vocals on here. Now Emo, I remember from that song of Iggy Azalea she did back a while back, she was okay on it, but I feel like that she has a real presence on a song because I think what really makes the song is obviously DJ Snakes and Major Lazer's work together. I mean, you would think that these two would never mix together, but oddly enough, they do. I mean, it's just a nice summer hit. I mean, this was probably one of my favorite songs of the summer, honestly. And hopefully these two can work together again. But it's been a great job hearing from them. Okay, number 4 is "Pray to God" by Calvin Harris. Now, this is probably my favorite Calvin Harris song. Now, Outside could have made this list of Ellie Goulding, which was another great song I was thinking about putting on here. But "Pray to God" with Haim on this song, I mean, it just sounds. I mean, I love the vocal work on this song. I mean, Calvin Harris, it feels like that everything is precise on a song. It may not be his best song compared to something like Summer or Summer or Bounce, but I mean, it feels like that this song is just like, I love kind of the indie sound of it actually because it doesn't sound like too big of a major production like "We Found Love," but it just sounds like, like sort of an indie DJ, but then again, someone who has a presence. And I'm glad he chose someone like Haim, who's not too popular, but going for someone a little more obscure, and obscure to some people may be like, oh, it's not as good, but I mean, Haim, I think they might be big if they keep it up. So great work from Calvin Harris. Hopefully, a new album will drop in 2016. All right, number 3 is "All Right" by Kendrick Lamar. And guys, I couldn't do a list without putting a Kendrick Lamar song on here. I mean, "To Pimp a Butterfly" was a great album. I'm glad I got nominated for all those Grammys. So why not put one of his most popular songs on this list, "All Right"? Now, this song's been talked about to death already, so I'm just going to keep it brief here. Kendrick knows how to keep the flow going. I mean, he always has energy. He never seeps down so low, and he never really makes you feel bad about his struggles in the past. You know, he doesn't really try to shout. He honestly, again, he just is a storyteller, really. I mean, as much as I love Eminem, it just feels like he's always shouting. It's just like, Eminem, calm down a bit. With Kendrick, I mean, I just love his flow. He's got the energy, and yet he never feels like he's shouting. I mean, I also love the beat. It's kind of low key, and yet it's got that packet of punch to it. So, yep. So, Kendrick, I hope you win those Grammys, dude. All right, number two is Budapest by George Ezra. And for a while, I was considering this song to be number one. And this is seems like a very much of a number one song because it's got that laid back tone. George Ezra's husky vocals, I really much, and the acoustic guitar. Well, I'm usually not a fan of it. It works perfectly with the song about traveling to find that lost lover. I mean, I love this like the classic like indie pop, indie singer songwriter song. I mean, I just everything just works in the song. I mean, the music video, while it seems a little odd, that doesn't really matter because I feel like that this is a song that that almost anyone can connect to. Like even if it's not just necessarily about finding a lover, it's just also finding your place in the world, like and trying to go from somewhere from one place to another, like from a far distance, like Budapest. But I mean, you can eventually find it because the world is overall a pretty small place. So yeah, George Ezra, please don't be the next Kaiser, really. Like I'm not like if you're wondering where Kaiser was, I was wondering too, where was she in 2015? So George Ezra, please don't end up that way. You're a great dude. You're a great artist. Just please continue to do work. And my number one favorite song of 2015 is The Hills. Yeah, this was kind of a predictable number one pick. Yeah, I mean, you know how I said I was going to mention about The Weeknd. Well, here it is. Now, in my review of The Hills, this wasn't necessarily my favorite Weeknd song of the year, but after listening to it a couple more times, I realized, yeah, this is my favorite song of the year. Why? Well, I love this song because, it combines The Weeknd's, like, pretty strong and yet kind of, like, light vocals in a way with this dark and heavy beat. I mean, I just also love the fact that, it's talking about like a rough night. I mean, about sleeping with two girls before he sees another one, about how drugs affect him in that way. I mean, it just feels like so brutally honest and it just goes slow and painfully. And yet it doesn't feel painful at all. Like you feel the Weeknd's pain, but yet you don't want to punch him in the face for it, really. I mean, The Weeknd just has this some sort of ability to do it. I mean, remember last year when I talked about his appearance on Love Me Harder with Ariana Grande and how I said that, he didn't really add anything? Well, I kind of take that back now because, I mean, I feel like that, he was restricted because there was an Ariana Grande song. It's kind of like goody two-shoes, whatever. He's just gone full force this year. I mean, Can't Feel My Face. As much as I love that song with its upbeat tempo and everything, The Hills is just more my style. I mean, it may be dark, but I mean, it's the good kind of dark. It's the kind of dark you want to observe and analyze. I feel like this is a song that, with pretty straightforward lyrics, it made me want to think a lot, and that's why it's my number one song of 2015. Well, guys, hope you enjoyed my list. Please make sure to like, favorite, and subscribe, and stay tuned for a couple more lists coming out later this week. So, till again, this is White Rice signing off, and happy holidays.